Welcome back, everyone. Clark Parker here for Comics Quick, your fastest 5-minute lap around the comic book industry. Big news day. Batman is getting a new Butler for the first time in 83 years, and DC has dropped the first look. Stan Lee has been licensed to an AI company, and the comics world is, let's say, having feelings. And a brand new boycott just hit DC Comics that you need to understand before you put your next pre-order in. Alright, let's jump into it. Let's start in Gotham because DC just did something genuinely historic. After 83 years, Bruce Wayne is getting a new butler. Batman number 12, hitting stores on August 5th, has Fraction bringing a mystery woman into Wayne Manor, and DC is calling her, quote, a gift from beyond the grave. The implication is that Alfred, who's been dead in main continuity since Batman number 77 in 2019, set this up before the King Joker arc killed him. She is young, she is blonde, she is sharply dressed in the full Pennyworth uniform, and her identity is being kept under wraps. Who could it be? The smart money is on two candidates. Candidate 1, Daphne Pennyworth, Alfred's niece from Batman number 216 back in 1969, a fan-favorite deep cut who has been waiting on a modern revival. Candidate 2, Julia Remarque, Alfred's daughter from the post-crisis era, who has already been a Bat family operative. Either pick rewires the supporting cast in a real way, and either pick gives Batman a butler who is not a hallucination for the first time since the New 10 run on the character. That alone makes this a big deal. Alfred's death has been one of the longest-running open wounds in DC continuity. He wasn't just a butler. He was Bruce's father figure, the conscience of the Batcave, and frankly, one of the funniest characters in every Batman book he showed up in. Replacing him is not a job DC could phone in. Bringing in a Pennyworth bloodline character is the right move because it honors the legacy without doing some half-baked resurrection. Friendly note to DC. Please do not retcon Alfred back in by issue 24. Let this new butler breathe. Let her be her own person. We can handle change in Gotham. Do you disagree? Let me know at the comments. Meanwhile, Marvel legend Stan Lee has just been licensed to an AI company, and the response has been, let's call it, divisive. The Stan Lee universe, that's the joint venture between Genius Brands and POW Entertainment, has officially sold Stan's voice and likeness rights to 11 Labs, the AI audio company. Stan's voice is now in their iconic marketplace, alongside other licensed celebrity voices. You can use his voice in their 11 Reader app to narrate any book. You can generate his likeness inside comic book panel templates in their visual generator. Companies can license him for commercial use. They are also launching something called the Stan Lee Book Club of the Month, a feature where AI Stan narrates a different book every month. The June pick is, of all things, Robert Louis Stevenson's Treasure Island. So Stan Lee is now reading Treasure Island to you from beyond. That is a sentence I did not expect to say on a Friday. Online response has been brutal. The word corny is doing a lot of work in the early reactions. Critics are pointing out that Stan Lee built his entire brand on personal warmth and an in-person connection with fans. And turning his voice into a subscription product runs against everything he stood for in the spinner rack era. Defenders of the deal point out that the family signed off and the revenue funds the estate. Both can be true. My take, there is a meaningful difference between using AI to preserve archival audio for a documentary and using AI to generate brand new Stan Lee performances for marketing. The first one honors a legacy. The second one risks turning a beloved icon into a vending machine. Tread carefully, Stan Lee universe. Fans will let you know when you've crossed the line. But, still weird, this will take some getting used to if the trend continues. Over at DC, there is a much bigger conversation happening, and it deserves your attention. The Black Comic Alliance just launched a campaign called #DCBlackout. The premise is simple. As of this week, DC Comics has gone 1,201 consecutive days without a single ongoing mainline series led by a black superhero. Not a mini, not a one-shot, not a backup story. A real, sustained, monthly ongoing. 1,201 days. It's sad to think no one at DC probably didn't even notice. The campaign is asking readers, retailers, and creators to pull their support from DC's mainline books until that changes. The hashtags are DC Blackout and DC So White. Their pitch, DC has the IP. They have Static Shock, they have Black Lightning, they have Vixen, Mr. Terrific, Cyborg, Jon Stewart. There is no shortage of A-list, B-list, or even C-list black characters available. The Alliance is arguing this is a slate-building problem, not a character availability problem. Scott Snyder, who is currently shaping a huge piece of DC's slate, has publicly acknowledged the gap and said more books are in development. This is the kind of thing that gets noticed inside Burbank. DC, this is an easy, unforced error to fix. Put one of these characters in an ongoing this fall and the conversation changes overnight. All right, rapid fire. 3 smaller stories you need on your radar. First, Dark Horse Comics employees just announced they are unionizing. 59 workers operating as Dark Horse Workers United have signed on with the Communications Workers of America, and they have asked interim CEO Jay Comas for voluntary recognition by June 3rd. The backdrop here is rough. Founder Mike Richardson was dismissed in March, the Things from Another World retail stores are closing, and there have been recent layoffs. Workers are citing AI, return to office mandates, and a wage freeze. If you care about creator-owned comics surviving at Dark Horse, this is the story to watch. Image Comics and 7 Seas are already unionized. Dark Horse joining the list would be a sea change for the industry. Next, DC just dropped a fat new wave of DC Finest editions onto DC Universe Infinite. And Silver Age fans, this one is for you. The new digital collections include DC Finest Supergirl, the Girl of Steel, pulling her earliest adventures from Action Comics, Superman, Superboy, Lois Lane, and Jimmy Olsen, and DC Finest Superboy, the Superdog from Krypton, a full crypto deep dive. June brings the Western Collection, the Giant Turtle Man volume, and Kryptonite Nevermore. If you've been wanting to dig into the spinner rack of 1960 without paying back issue prices, the DCUI library just got dramatically bigger. Finally, Panini has announced a 10-volume hardcover collection called Spider-Man Web of Heroes, dropping the first wave July 7th. Each volume is a self-contained Spider-Man team-up. Daredevil, Avengers, Hulk, Wolverine, Fantastic Four out of the gate with 5 more to follow. Self-contained means you can grab the team-up you want without committing to the full 10. The timing is clearly built to ride the wave of next summer's Spider-Man film, but for collectors and gift shoppers, this is a clean, focused hardcover line at a friendly per-volume price. Okay, that's the rundown. The big headlines. Batman is getting a brand new Pennyworth-coated Butler in August. The Stan Lee universe sold Stan to an AI company, and the internet is processing. And the Black Comic Alliance just launched the hashtag DC Blackout campaign, and DC's slate decisions are about to be tested in real time. If this report helped you stay current, do me a solid, smash the like button, hit subscribe, and ring that bell so you never miss a Comics Quick. 2 questions for the comment section. Who do you want as Batman's new butler, Daphne Pennyworth, Julia Remarque, or a curveball? And is the AI Stan Lee deal a beautiful tribute or a step too far? Sound off in the comments. Go support your local comic shop, grab those pre-orders, and keep reading comics. I've been Clark Parker for Comics Quick. See you in the next one.